such sights to show you.
You are all going to die tonight.
This is bad comedy.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. It is Wednesday night. Here we are in a desolate kebab bar in the seedier part of Alpha Centauri. Of course, it's time for Hun Ya Geek is Showing. Hello. With me as ever. She's classy. She's sassy. She's a little bit gassy. It's Miss Violet fucking Impulse, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, my sweet tortured souls, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Hun Ya Geek is Showing.
Yes, indeed. So, tonight, what we're going to do, we are going to have a good old geeky chat. Because we want to. We're geeking to chat. Because let's face it, we might as well do an episode where we talk like we talk when we're not actually recording.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It was more the case that we did have a subject lined up, but it's been so long since either of us had seen it, we just went, fuck it, we need to go back to the beginning with this one and do it later. So,
well, I wasn't going to tell the viewer that, but
well, you know, last minute changes, and I don't mind letting people know that yes, we did have something lined up, but I've only recently seen the final season, and it's been a long time since Guy had watched it.
Mm-hmm.
We're both a bit rusty on this one, so I think it might need a rewind, start from the beginning, and then tackle the subject. So tonight's subject will be done at a later date, but that's neither here nor there. Continue, my dear friend.
Thank you. All right, so I guess we best get to the housekeeping of the evening.
Mm-hmm, of course.
The shout-outs.
Going over to the comment section. Let me just move my little mousey over here. Speak. First comment is from my girlfriend Sue.
Oh, hello, Sue.
Every time he sings. I'm waiting now.
No, I'm going to spring it on you.
Good show, all of you. We'll see you on the next one. Yes, you will, honey.
When the moon hits the sky like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore. There you go, Sue. Oh, look, she's gone on Paris. Look. Whoa.
Moving.
Gotcha.
Moving swiftly on with the next comment from the man, the myth, the beard, the ginger one, Mr. JK47, the ginger ninja. He says, oops, I watched and failed to leave a comment. That's a little dig at me. I do apologize. I have said on the show before that when I'm watching YouTube, 9 times out of 10, it's on my PS4, which to do the comment section on that is move the thumbstick around to pick each individual letter, and I can't be bothered with that because I'm a lazy bitch. So what I prefer to do is talk about the videos that I've watched while doing
Gizmo.
Gizmo is here to say hello. Hello, Gizmo. But continuing on with JK's comment, that's me being a diabolical brackets butcher's favorite word.
Nice.
I'm a huge fan of the boys. It's just a completely batshit crazy look at the world of completely Looney Tunes superheroes. Yeah. Like I said, it's the Kardashians with superpowers.
Yes.
What happens if you mix the X-Men with Real Housewives of Bradford or whatever? The Real Mutants of Steaknor. To be fair, that could be a show all on its own.
Fucking really good.
Something we desperately needed after the whole Marvel/DC films. We needed the palate cleanser, and this is certainly that. Yeah, we did say in the episode that Marvel fatigue, apart from X-Men 97, we're going to get to that in a bit.
We are.
Apart from that, a lot of the Marvel stuff recently has been falling flat with me. I mean, I liked Moon Knight, but I wouldn't say I loved it. I liked She-Hulk, but I wouldn't say I loved it. Secret Invasion drove off a cliff. It's just a lot of the stuff that Marvel's cranking out at the minute. Like you said, we're fed up with it.
Cranking or wanking? I don't
know. They're definitely milking something. This is the kind of world I feel Deadpool would fit into quite well. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, kind of a end credits thing on a Deadpool.
But no, I mean Disney do seem to keep buying up all the properties. How long until they buy up freaking Amazon Prime?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Disney.
I don't know. Bezos may have something to say about that.
Disney, they're a bit like Transformers, till all are one.
Yeah.
Gen V, well, it had its moments, but compared to the boys, that's not a fair fight.
Oh, I don't know. Come on, Jay. That's a bit unfair.
I will say this about Gen V. I feel that the storytelling is a lot slower than it is in the boys. But
that's not a bad thing sometimes.
I was going to say, I do feel though that with the sort of slightly smaller cast of characters, that kind of works better here because a smaller cast means you can explore more of each character. You know, each character's got a certain amount of screen time. The more characters, the less screen time each character has. So with Gen V, yeah, I like the story, but sometimes I was kind of sat there like, when is something going to happen? Whereas with the boys, I didn't have that problem. So, like I said, I can kind of get where JK's coming from with that one.
Some of us have got more patience.
Moving swiftly on, we have a comment from the son of the Pertwee over from the Retro Movie Zone.
Oh my life. He
winner of the 2024 Victor Meldrew Lookalike Contest, Mr. Tony Harris.
I don't believe it.
He won't believe that comment.
What in the name of bloody hell? Even time.
Tony says, finally caught up with you. I'm now bang up to date as I've watched the boys episode.
Oh, it's about time.
As you know, I don't collect figures and toys, but I loved seeing yours and Gaz's collection. I had no idea there were so many different versions of the same figures, Predators, etc. Yeah, the company NECA, they've been making Predator figures for, I think, just over 10 years. And they've done 100 different type of Predator. Now, with that said, there are a few caveats where they've done the figure once before, but then they've done updated articulation, better accessories, kind of brought out an updated version of it, but they do classify it as a separate one because it's under their Ultimate banner, which is bigger figure, better articulation, more accessories, whereas the older ones were just your basic blister card, dead standard articulation. They came out of McFarlane where articulation was like, look, they do this. That's an action figure. You know, so...
I don't know. I'm still waiting for that Predator dream car.
Yes. Great episodes, guys. And I have to say, Gaz is a total hoot. Must check out his channel to see what he does YouTube.
Yes.
You definitely do, Tony. It's definitely collectible themed, but still a good old time.
It's still entertaining.
Yes.
As well as informative.
It is. It's informative entertainment.
Yes.
And speaking of the Gazman, he is the final comment for this week.
Gazman!
There's cracking chat. Sorry, I missed out. Yes, Gaz was supposed to appear on the boys episode, but due to last-minute circumstances, couldn't join us. But
yeah, we were going to have a four-way.
Yeah, we were. We were going to four-way it up. But we're going to save that for a later date when we do the boys revisited after season 4.
Yes.
Try and get him in for that one. There you go. You heard it first here, guys.
It's an
I haven't,
exclusive.
I haven't spoken to him about that.
Oh, well, then it's really fucking exclusive.
Yeah. But right, I'll be there next time with bells on, but I won't tell you where they're on.
Saucy. You
Ooh, the
saucy
mind.
northern scally.
The mind ponders. I've also read the comics and seen the animated show, so it will be fun to tell you where things diverge. Yes, that is one thing we definitely were missing on our episode of The Boys was none of us read the comics, so we couldn't do the whole comparison.
Yeah.
We did have planned to do. We were going to do that as a bit in that episode, but with Gaz not joining us, we didn't have time to read the comics. So
well, it's not just that. I mean, I did start. I'm 2 episodes in.
yeah,
But, with the full frontal shagging and the liberal use of cunt, and my daughter sat next to me on the sofa, usually looking over nose if I'm like,
yeah. You can't have that.
read this in front of
Can't have that.
like, no, I think the adjudicator may have a few words for that.
And he goes on to say, "Hail,
Not
guy! Great seeing you back. And please, someone revoke Jimmy's geek card."
Oh, shots fired.
We were talking about that the other day, and he was like, "You fuckers for doing that." And it's like, well, come on, we're talking. We're a geek podcast. We're talking about geeky stuff, and you're like, "I've not seen that. I've not seen that. I still need to watch that." So of course, this queen bitch over here was gonna jump on him about that. I was gonna wind him up and be like, "How did you get on this show again?"
You were going to jump on him. How exactly?
Well, I mean, his wife probably wouldn't complain.
I think I think Emma might have something to say about that.
Well, I mean, it's not like I haven't jumped on her.
Ooh, saucy. Your missus is watching.
But after that comment, it was some laughing faces, and they said, "Good seeing you on again, Jimmy." Yeah, Jimmy is a good guy. Jimmy is a good guy. He needs to get his watch list sorted out. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes, like someone else we know.
Oh. But that is it. That is it right now for the shout out. Please, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell.
Yes.
Comment in because I am going to come up with a little something. I'm going to mention something a little later on that will inspire you to make comments. So,
tell a friend.
On to the next segment then, Guy. Continue.
Yes. Well, it's time to ask the eternal question once again that we ask every single week. What have you been watching, mate?
Well, this week I've been watching Supernatural.
So have
I watched the finale of Gen V.
Yes.
And yeah, that like I just said a minute ago about Gen V. It is a slow burn, but when you get to those final sort of 3 or 4 episodes, when it gets about the halfway point to the end, that's when things ramp up. And the bit in the abandoned diner with the puppet. That's all I'm saying. I had Angel flashbacks.
Yeah.
I really, really did. I was like, is this a deleted scene from Angel? But yeah, I've been watching Gen V. The other night, I actually got to sit and watch all of it. I watched the Pennywise, the It documentary that's on Amazon Prime. And it was really, really good because my love of practical effects. There's a big like 30-minute chunk completely dedicated to like the different makeups that they tested, how they did the different effects, the animatronic spider.
Yeah, that was marvelous.
The thing that I loved about it as well was they actually showed like behind the scenes footage, and in the actual TV movie, it doesn't do much. They kind of push it over and they beat it up and then it's done. Yeah. But when you've seen it, the behind the scenes stuff, it could do so much more. Like the mouth fully opened out like a predator mouth. There was things inside of it. It could move. The eyes could look in all directions. I was like, it didn't look that good in the film.
Excuse me.
It didn't look that good in the mini series. And everyone that they interviewed says exactly the same thing, that it could do more in the shop than they showed on the film.
Mm.
But I highly recommend that.
Yeah, it's a really good documentary.
Yes.
I know a few people who watch the show would absolutely love it.
Oh, yes, definitely. And one last thing I want to talk about, because I only watched it this afternoon. I only watched it this afternoon because I was putting it off for a bit. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go when it was first announced. And when I saw the trailers, I was like, I'm on the fence with this one. But then the reviews started coming in saying how good it was. And I was like, you know what? I've been on the fence, but if several reviewers that I know are trusted sources, things I've seen on YouTube, stuff I've read on Facebook, they are reviewers that I've read stuff before and been very like, yeah, same thoughts as what I had about it. So I was like, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. Available on Amazon Prime. Adapted and based on the critically acclaimed video game franchise by Bethesda. I'm talking, of course, Fallout, the TV series.
I thought you might watch that.
And you know what? Even if you're not a fan of the game, you will like it. It's dripping in that Fallout 1950s aesthetic that it has going. It's got the music. There's a lot of music in there by Johnny Cash. The special effects for a made-for-TV thing are the one complaint I do have is some shots where you've got the guys in the power suits.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them move like a dude in a big set of armor. You know, they're actually like got a wider gait to them. Then there's others in the background that are moving like Cybermen. So it's a little bit.
Is that 80s Cyberman or like
I'd say the more modern interpretation of the Cybermen, but it's still like they're very. I'm a robot, kind of like the actor in the suit's got that mentality of I'm a robot, blah 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 blah. Robbie the robot from fucking Forbidden Planet, you know.
Yeah.
Will Robinson, all that shit. You know, they kind of got that movement, but much like I said about Dial of Destiny with the de-aging of Harrison Ford, you don't notice it much. Like it's there in the background for a second and then it's gone again. You don't really pay too much attention, but that's the only complaint I've had so far. My favorite character though, because it's played by Walter Goggins, and sorry, I lost my train of thought for a moment there. Yes, Walter Goggins plays the Ghoul, and he's basically a zombie gunslinger. Is the best way to put it. I take it you've never played the Fallout games.
No.
Right. Give it a watch, honestly, guy.
Oh, go.
Like I said, even if you've not played the games, you kind of get what it's doing from the very beginning. Like you don't need to play the games to get the idea of what the show's all about. And weirdly enough, the first episode is called The End, and the first segment in the first episode is called The End. And it's a brilliantly done shot. I mean, it's a lot of CGI, but
yeah, well, there's gonna be one.
It's not Marvel CGI, so it's actually good.
Oh wow! Ew.
But so that's what I've been watching.
Okay.
Throwing it back to you. What you've been watching?
Supernatural.
This is going to be the thing for the next 10 episodes. What have you been watching? Supernatural.
You know, I don't have any choice. The adjudicator forces me into it. She hits me and stuff.
I did take a slight break to catch up on Gen V. So that's why I'm
I've
a bit behind.
Well, I took a few breaks because I was
Gigging.
out. Well, no, I was out pissed on Friday. Gee, what a skinful. And yeah. So what else have I been watching? I've been watching Roadhouse. Sorry. Roadhouse.
Go.
I I do have the exclusive review. Here it comes. Meh. Yep. Meh.
I was honestly prepared for Hurricane Guy. I really was.
Oh no, there is another matter that we'll get to.
We'll get to that in a little bit then. But yeah, I've not watched it. I've only seen the trailers, and
Mm,
I kind of echo a lot of people's sentiments with it, that the only thing it has in common with the original is the fact that there's a roadhouse and the character's name is Dalton. That's
yeah, that is it.
literally it. And I'm like, you know what? From what I've seen in the trailer and what I've heard from people who have actually seen it, some of my friends on TikTok have watched it, and one of them said it's an okay film, but it's a shit remake.
Hmm.
And I was like, it's one of those remakes where if you don't take it as a remake, you'll kind of enjoy it. It might be a bit boring here or there, but it's generally okay.
Mm. I
As
think
a
the
remake, I thought that.
fight scenes are done well enough.
Yeah, I mean, sorry,
Conor McGregor totally overacts, but that comes with an experience, doesn't it not?
he's not a really big act. He's not exactly an actor, is he?
No,
So,
he's a UFC fighter.
well, exactly. So, there you go, there you go. But
So
I said many times about it when I first saw the trailers and things. I was definitely in that camp of the story looks naff. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance in it to me from the trailer looks a bit one note,
it is.
right? But the fight scenes, even in the trailer, I was like, the fight scenes are impressive.
Yeah, yes, it's brilliantly choreographed.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you can say is good about it is the fight scenes are good.
Mm.
But with that said, I'd still rather watch the original compared to the remake because
Oh yeah, the original's got so much more heart.
yeah, yeah, and the fights were closer to realistic back
Yeah.
then.
And the original's got Terry Punk in it, for God's sake.
Yeah, and shirtless
Love you,
Patrick.
Terry. Love you, Terry. It's got Jeff Healy as well. Jeff Healy.
Yeah, and like I said, and shirtless Patrick Swayze for several scenes.
With his bottom out.
Oh yes, I know. Most paused scene in my childhood.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm looking at that and I don't know why.
Mm. Mm. But yeah, so yeah, I'll watch that. X-Men 97 that I got caught up on. We will come to that.
I did watch that. That was one I forgot to mention, but yeah, carry on.
And that's been about it because Supernatural has kept it. Mostly that, yeah.
Mostly supernatural.
She does.
Well,
She
right.
really does. She doesn't. She's looking at me.
Like a spider. If I don't move, they won't see me.
Don't mention spiders for fuck's sake. Ugh. Anyhow, moving swiftly on. Let's get to the crux of the episode, which is, guess what? Like we said, geeky chat. So, Violet, chat me up. Geeky stuff. What we got?
Um, pretty much just said it all.
Right. Okay. Well, then, good job. I've got some stuff, isn't it?
Let's go. Let's go.
So, in news from the MCU, which you're going to enjoy this piece of news. Development has been cancelled on the following: Miss Marvel 3,
Good.
Eternals 2,
Good.
and Ant-Man 4.
Um, kind of disappointed about that one, but can see why.
Hmm.
Because honestly,
really...
I think if Ant-Man got another story, it would have to be a more serious story.
Yeah, and
They've done the comedy thing for 3 films. They need to dial it back, make it a little like Thor. Thor went the opposite way. It started kind of serious with a few comedy moments, and then you get to Love and Thunder, and it's basically just one running joke after the next.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Love and Thunder, but I didn't love it neither.
The problem is, I don't think Paul Rudd's capable of doing some serious stuff. I don't know.
The only serious, and I use this very fucking loosely, serious film I've seen him in is the Halloween film that he was in, playing Tommy Jarvis. No, not Tommy Jarvis. That's Friday the 13th.
Mm.
The kid that Laurie was babysitting in the first film,
Oh yeah,
Tommy or something like that, whatever his name.
yeah. It's been a while. It's been a
Yeah,
good long minute.
he played him, and I want to say the sixth film.
Mm.
It'd be number 5, but I'm pretty sure it's number 6. And he was supposed to be serious in that, but he just came across as creepy.
Yeah.
Because every line he delivered with sort of a monotone and a very almost insane stare at someone like that Michael Myers is going to do this because Michael Myers is a fucking like it was very. I mean, I don't know whether he was channeling Klaus Kinski and going full method actor. I don't fucking know, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
There you go. Hot take.
There we go.
But I am glad about this because I mean, were we not saying, and a lot of people are saying, Marvel fatigue?
Yeah.
Did we need a second Eternals film? I've not watched the first one.
We didn't need the first fucking Eternals film.
No. We also, do we need Miss Marvel 3? No,
Not really.
Other in the next Avengers film.
I think
Ant-Man.
I think after 2 films and a TV series, all 3 very, very negatively received. I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother. I mean, I liked the first Captain Marvel film. It was decent enough. The 90s, having grown up in the 90s, the 90s nostalgia that flashed up, the Stan Lee cameo where he's reading the Mallrats script.
Yeah.
I liked little bits like that about it, but I've not even watched the Marvels, and I could not give 2 flying fucks about the Miss Marvel show. Really could not.
Oh, I watched that. It was okay.
Well, like I said to my daughter about the Miss Marvel show, I know nothing about that iteration of the character other than stuff that I've gleaned from like when they've popped up in a video game or in something I happen to be, perusing online. Like, I don't know enough about the character to be invested in that show. But Moon Knight, She-Hulk, I knew them. So
yeah, I've seen Miss Marvel previously in one of the animated Avengers shows.
Yeah,
Can't remember which one.
probably one on Disney, one of the Disney channels.
Yeah, probably. But
yeah.
So there you go. So there's that. Oh, also, do you remember there was going to be a Star Wars film? Yes, it's Star Wars. Get used to it. Suck it up.
Geek channel, shut up.
No, I was talking to you.
Oh. Fuck you then.
So yeah, there was going to be a film called Rogue Strog. I'll try that again. Rogue Stroganoff? No. Rogue Squadron? Yeah.
Is that what happens when you spill it? Oh shit, Rogue Stroganoff.
Yep, it's everywhere.
Continue.
Yes, but there was going to be a Rogue Squadron film, and I was very excited about that.
That could have been good.
I was a fan of the books, and
I like the games.
Patty Jenkins was, onto script edit and direct it, and basically Top Gun in space in the Star Wars universe. I think we all need that with X-Wings. Yes,
I think that would work. I think I could see that being pretty damn
Unfortunately, she got pilched to do the 3rd Wonder Woman film with DC, so it got cancelled. But the news is Wonder Woman 3 has gone away, and Patty Jenkins is now back in the saddle to do this bloody X-Wing film. So I'm woohoo.
I do remember vaguely hearing something about that.
Yes,
the 3rd Wonder Woman film had been cancelled because James Gunn is basically doing a big rewrite of everything that DC had done so far, and he's trying to make the MCU, but with crapper characters.
Yeah, let's face it.
God bless him for trying, but
but no. So we will get Top Gun in space with X-Wings.
Well, I
am there for it.
I'd happily watch that. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but that I would watch.
I've played the game. I've read the books. So I'm hoping they'll base it on source material.
Yeah,
If not, it'll still be good because Patty Jenkins' dad was a fighter pilot for the US Navy, so she has knowledge of these things.
and I played Rogue Squadron on the N64.
Yeah, see, shame
And,
around.
I think it was it Rogue Squadron 3 was the reason I bought, well, one of the reasons I bought a GameCube.
Mm,
Because you could have 4-player split screen on that.
yes.
And the cool thing about that one was on certain levels, you could land at bases and get out of
Mm,
the X-Wing to go around shooting people, which was,
yeah.
new for the series at the time. And kind of fucking love it for that.
Yeah, so that is coming, and I'm very happy with that because that's the one sort of thing where they sort of started announcing what we're doing with Star Wars. I was like, yes, that's what I want. I want that.
New stuff.
That's all great. So I think it might be time for a rant.
Oh dear.
Yes,
Set your faces to stunned.
and set phases to fun, and get YouTube ready for some mature language content. So my wrath this week is directed at those silly tots at Paramount.
Oh dear.
Yes, now you may recall, viewers as well as you, that I was very excited and happy about the new Quantum Leap.
Oh dear.
Yes.
I have a feeling.
Yes. So, and then there was a delay on that coming to the UK. Yes. I have fucking done it again. You fucking pencil neck twat badgers. What the fuck are you doing, Paramount? It's already season 2 has already been and aired in entirety in the States.
Wow.
Where is it over here? I want the Quantum Leap. But bad enough, not, if that was fucking bad enough,
Here we go.
that was fucking bad enough. I found out the news before I've even watched fucking season 2. That's been fucking cancelled.
Oh no.
You fucking absolute cunts.
You are
Why would you let
joking.
that public?
Wow. Wow.
So now,
They pulled a Netflix.
yeah. So now, all the fucking drama is taken out for me, isn't it, you fucking wankers?
Yeah, because now you already know that
Don't fucking matter anyway, does it?
it's,
Because it's
e-
cancelled.
it's either going to end on a cliffhanger, or you know that no matter what happens throughout that season, it's going to all get wrapped up in a nice little, neat little bow to give them
Yeah.
the happy ending that Hollywood always seems to want. Just that's one cliche that I think needs to be done away with in films.
Mm,
Because I've said this a few times over the years, depending on the different film that we're talking about. I think that some films should have a downer ending. Some do. It's not a widespread thing. A lot of horror movies have kind of some
mm,
downer endings. But I think even a good story where, yeah, the heroes win, but did they really?
mm.
Like, Stranger Things kind of does this a little bit when they're like, by the end of the season, they lose people, and it's kind of
Spoilers.
no spoilers there. I just said people. I did say people, I didn't say names. But it's done very well to the point where it's like it's a bittersweet ending. It's like, yeah, the threat's over,
Mm.
but at what cost? And I think more, not just shows, but films also need to do that because life doesn't always have a happy ending.
No, it doesn't, and it's not going to have a fucking happy ending for me, is it? No.
No, they got you right to the point, and then they stopped and said, "That right? That'll be £6 a month, please."
Yeah, fucking absolute cunts.
They edged you to the furthest edges of edging.
Bad enough, they're getting rid of Star Trek Discovery.
I had heard about that one.
Oh no, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of Quantum. That's fucking hell, man.
Again, pulling a Netflix, they're getting rid of all their popular shows.
Mm.
Like, how do you expect to keep customers coming back and paying you your monthly subscription or weekly subscription or whatever it is, depending on the channel,
Mm.
when you keep taking away the things that people got it for in the first place?
Exactly. I'm obviously now not going to get me fucking Scott Bakula appearance, am I? Probably fucking not. No.
No,
Cunts.
unfortunately.
Absolute cunts.
Yeah. But yeah, I fucking hate when streaming services do that. And we've said this before. It's always because they put an expectation on it of what numbers they want it to do before they'll allow it to
Mm.
continue. When I'm sorry, but that's a bit ass backwards.
Yeah, it's not just about fucking numbers. It's about telling stories.
Well, it's not just that, but I think if you make a good enough show, you put it out there and you kind of like I do in life, you set your expectations low. When the good shit happens, you're even more surprised by it.
You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get all the executives. I'm going to make up a bunch of batter. I'm going to fucking put their knobs in it and I'm going to deep fry their cocks. That's what I'm going to do. Boil in fucking oil.
It's the CEO by.
Then I'm going to make them eat them.
Ow!
Battered cock. That's what you're going to eat.
Is that cod? No, but it sounds like it.
Not big enough for cod.
But I fucking hate when, like I said, when streaming services do this, they get it so backwards. Put the show out there, let it find its audience. And I've said this a lot, right, on to people on TikTok, kind of tangent here a little bit. But people are like, oh, my content doesn't get this many views like other people's, and then and I'm just like, don't focus on the numbers. I used to do this, right? I am guilty of this. When I first started this channel, I focused on the numbers way too much, right? You can't jump in and do this kind of thing, whether it's here, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. You can't just make an account, get going. Your first video is going to have 1 million views, 10,000 likes. It's not realistic, right? You have to put your content out there. Let people watch it. And over time, you'll find your audience. Because if you're paying for advertisements, paying for views, paying for comments, not mentioning names, but we do know someone who does that. Right? When you're doing all of that, you're not really real. These people are just commenting because they've been paid to do so. But if people actually comment on your videos that when they've found them on their own, they've not seen an advert for your channel, your links, anything like that, they've literally just stumbled across you in the wild and they send you a like, they make a comment, something like that, you found your audience.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people that you need to share your content towards. Don't force it on people. Just let it go out there and you'll find people who want to watch what you do. That's what we've had to do. We spent, what, 4 seasons, 2.5 years doing this?
Yeah.
You know, and it's only just now we're starting to get regular comments, regular likes, things like that, because we've put the work in. And TV shows, they've done the work, you know? Put it out there and let the audience, like, fair enough, advertise it. But another tangent off a tangent here. This is one thing I will get into, advertising when it comes to films. It really, well, films and TV shows, it annoys me the fact that they put the marketing in as part of the budget. And then they complain when it doesn't do the money they wanted it to. It's like, well, maybe if on your $100 million movie, you did enough marketing that you didn't have to double your profit margin, because then when the box office does roll in, you'll be pleasantly fucking surprised that that little bit of advertising you did, you know, you tickled people's taints, you got them interested, they wanted to go see it, they wanted to sit and watch it. That's when you get your numbers, that's when you get your money, that's when you get your box office return.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is a better advertising tool than any social media out there. Because when you advertise on social media, people will see it and go, oh yeah, that was cool. Scroll, scroll, scroll.
Yeah.
But people like us sat talking about these things, people who might have been on the fence, like I said about Fallout earlier, people who may have been on the fence will all of a sudden go, oh well, if these people like it, and they're people I watch regularly, they've never led me astray before. You're more inclined to go and watch it. If you watch a trailer, I mean, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer looked freaking amazing. Apparently, the film's massively disappointing.
Oh,
I've not seen it, so I can't judge. But I'm just
normally.
going off like reviews and stuff that I've read. It's very much like it's like the Curse of Ghostbusters. The first one was great. Second one, not so much. Ghostbusters Afterlife, freaking amazing. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, nah. So just because you see the trailer, it looks amazing. I'd rather someone come out of the cinema and say to me, that was really good, you need to go and see it.
Yeah.
The trailer's not going to tell me that. The trailer's not going to give me that. Trailers lie.
Yes, they do.
I mean, fucking hell, I was one of those dipshits back in the 90s that bought into all the hype on the Spawn film, and then I walked out the cinema like, I should have stayed at home.
So was I.
Little tangenty there, but there we go.
So yeah, I'm not best pleased.
Yeah, I'm not
fucking
surprised.
best pleased because
I'm not surprised.
it's not only is it shit not getting it just because I'm in the UK, but to not even say when it's coming,
we had that with the Hellraiser.
but to find out then it's cancelled.
Yeah, that's a real kick in the.
Keep some shit to yourself.
Yeah, you know.
Really?
But there you go. I mean, look at the trouble we had with Paramount with getting hold of the Hellraiser reboot. Well, sequel, however it's classified. The 2022 Hellraiser. It was over a year before I got to see it, and that was by buying it on DVD. I know it was on Sky, but it was only as a rental. I don't have Sky.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have it, you can't do it.
Exactly, and it was a right ball ache. And the amount of people I saw on Facebook were like, "Oh, I just watched it on this pirate site. I just watched it on that pirate site," and I'm like, see, this is the problem because they've done such a limited release, even for a film that was on a fucking streaming service. They did such a limited release of it that everyone went out and pirated it. Now they've seen it, they don't need to watch it on their streaming services anymore. That's going to affect like money coming in for it. And good old fucking Hollywood are going to be like, oh, well, we put this much money into this one and it only made this much. Yeah, well, that's on you, motherfucker. We as the audience didn't ask for you to go, oh, yeah, we're going to put this on a streaming service, but we're only going to put it on a streaming service in this country. The rest of the world,
exactly. Sorry, not everything revolves around America.
Biggest country, lowest IQ.
Yeah. So, good evening, America.
Yeah. Hi to our American fans. We don't have many of them. We'll probably have even less after this this episode. I will point out, we're not talking about all Americans. We're talking about the movie makers, the money makers, the guys that look at something and just go change.
Or anyone who likes Trump.
Oh yeah, or anyone who likes Trump. There's that too.
Fucking orange face goblin with a fucking mouth like a pig's anus.
The best description I ever heard of someone says he looks like a Cheeto if you dipped it in mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Bright orange with a little white flick. I was like, shit, yeah. You're not wrong on that one. You're not fucking wrong on that one.
Fucking Cheeto got more intelligence.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But anywho, so that's that rant over with. Sorry, folks. Got a bit fruity there, but you know, I'm passionate about this, Vince.
One thing I will say, geeky wise, that I saw the other day, I was like, I think I know a random man who might be interested in that. Unfortunately, it is an online exclusive, so it might be tricky to get hold of. But recently, McFarlane Toys have been doing their Blacklight series, which is like a deluxe-y kind of version of their standard figures. They come with a little display base with two little UV lights that you can shine down on them to get the blacklight glow going. And two that they've done recently, I'm like, you know what? I'm keeping my eye on this line because there might be some that I'm interested in here. But the one they've announced just recently, and I said you might like this, is it is a Batman Classic, as in 1966.
66.
Black Gold Label Black Light Edition, Cesar Romero Joker.
Ooh.
And when the black light hits it, the hair glows bright green, the makeup goes a nice white blue, and the suit is the iconic Joker purple, but it glows.
Has he still got the Cesar Romero tash with the grease paint?
Yes. It's
Caesar-
actually a sculpted on detail on the head sculpt. You can see the moustache is
Awesome.
underneath the white face paint.
Caesar weren't fucking shaving that tash, baby.
No, he really fucking wasn't. But
Woo! No razor for you.
to be fair, though, the Batman 66, like, it's not a line that I would collect because it's a slightly smaller scale. I think each figure comes up at 6-inch, which McFarlane is normally 7-inch scale.
Hey, you look, 6 inches is pretty fucking big. You know this.
Yeah. Someone told me that was 6 inches once.
That's 6 inches, baby.
Lied.
No, it's not.
They lied. But that kind of line of figures, as cool as it is, I think we've mentioned this on the show before when we did do an action figure talk. As cool as they are, because it's the Adam West Batman, it's the Burt Ward Robin, it's all these classic actors as these Batman characters. And they have now actually started to do some of the figures from the Batman 66 comic book.
Oh, cool.
Kind of fudge it in with that display. Like, they're the same scale, same articulation style, which articulation is very limited, but it's meant to represent that these were the toys we had when we were kids. Like, very basic, which is fine. It's fine, if you're old enough to remember Batman 66 the first time around, you probably don't give a fuck about articulation.
Yeah, last thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you remember having the Kenner Star Wars figures, where Luke's lightsaber went, like, slid out of his arm. Yeah, exactly my point. You had to make it up as you went along. Use your imagination, But it is a good line because you can get the vehicles to go with, like, the classic Batmobile. And that on its own, I was very
because
it's
classic Batmobile would be awesome.
Yeah, and it's only like, I think 30, 40 quid. It's not super expensive.
Oh man, you have to.
So something like that, the 66 Batmobile, just out of its box on the shelf, on it. Don't even need the figures with it.
No.
Just the Batmobile on its own. It's a classic, but you can actually get the redone versions of, like, the old school play sets where it, like, folds out and everything. You got the cardboard inserts and all that. Freaking brilliant toy line, but not a scale that I'd collect, unfortunately.
No, there you go.
I'm 1/12 scale, which is 6-inch and up. So, like a lot of my Transformers, my Predators, my Marvel Legends, they're all within that scale.
Yeah.
Predators stand taller because they're meant to stand taller.
Well, yeah, they're cool. Oh.
There we go. Yeah, that's
so
geeky bit for the moment.
We'd better get to the X-Men of it all. We can't put it off forever.
We don't normally do spoilers around here.
Yeah. So flash it up on screen.
Yeah, I am going to do a graphic for spoilers right here. We don't know how long this is going to be, so just keep skipping forward until we say we're not talking about X-Men right now. Okay, so I could not wait. Like I said to Gaz, I'm going to do it, 2 episodes once a fortnight. After that cliffhanger, I could not wait. So the episode came out, sat and I watched it on Wednesday morning. It was Wednesday morning? Yeah.
With a pack of crisps and a Just Juice.
No, sorry. Friday morning. I watched it Friday morning. I was trying to remember. I watched it Friday morning. By the end of it, I could not stop crying.
No.
You go first.
Yeah. On the episodes leading up to that, I will say it was lovely to see Mojo back.
Oh, yes.
So, there is this.
Yeah, Mojo being all skinny for once as well, which was kind of weird.
Yeah, for a while. And then Freddy. But, so that was great. Last Jubilee for 2018. But yeah, that fucking episode 5. Oh wow, feel going back to the Genosha, the amount of cameos.
Oh yeah, Nightcrawler.
Oh my god.
Nightcrawler has low-key always been one of my favorite X-Men characters.
Mm.
Not so much team member, but one of the favorite characters.
Just yeah.
And it's the look, the design, the
Mm.
backstory. There's something about Nightcrawler that just kind of grips me, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
love this character. Always have done. And I kicked myself because when I was out shopping on Friday, we popped into a toy shop. I perused the Marvel Legends after seeing the episode, and they had a figure of both Gambit
Mm.
and Nightcrawler.
Mm.
And I was like, I don't have the money. That would be 50 quid. I don't have the money as much as I'd want them both for very different reasons. We're going to get to that in a minute. But I was just like, if I see a Gambit one though, when I'm out in town, because we were in Derby doing shopping, if I see one when I'm out locally, if I see a Gambit, I'm going to get it. I don't collect X-Men figures much anymore because I want some new ones. I'm getting rid of my old ones. That Gambit, I need it. I need it now.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not only that; it's just the backstory of Magneto and Rogue.
Yeah.
You know that was I thought done very well.
Oh, definitely. Like the flashback scene with that and the voiceover and everything behind.
Mm.
If you've watched the original series like we have, you know, and if you know anything about the character of Rogue, to be honest, you know that being able to touch someone is
It's just huge for her.
it's something she's wanted
Mm.
forever. And I love the way it showed that it was kind of an accidental thing, like they didn't mean to touch, and that was how they
Yeah.
out. It's like, and I kind of went with Rogue of like, if you've spent literally your entire life trying not to touch people because you know you're going to hurt them, and then all of a sudden you can discover this one person in the whole world that you can touch, you're gonna go with it. You're gonna follow it.
Yeah, you gotta touch him a lot.
You know, you're gonna do all the things you ever wanted to do, but have been unable to. But then I love the juxtaposition of that with the bit where Gambit says to Rogue, love is more than just what's it, just skin?
Yeah. Oh, oh no. But I think it's a brave move to kill off a character. Especially a major character.
Especially one as not only as popular but as well established.
Yeah, he's a principal character.
I mean, he's been there since episode 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like just and I love that touch as well. That final bit.
Yeah.
There he's hung up, he's got hold of the thing, and he says the name's Gambit. Remember it. And that for me is his catchphrase as far as I'm concerned.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
You know, Wolverine's got like the Bob.
Snooped.
You know, or
Yeah.
Beast has all my stars and garters.
Yeah.
You know,
Rogue's got sugar.
Yeah. Rogue's got all of her incantations, even though she doesn't need to do that.
You mean Storm?
Storm, yeah, sorry. You know, they've all got their little thing. For me, that is Gambit.
It's Gambit. Remember it.
But I'm gonna miss.
Of course. I mean, it's sad, but I think it's a great twist because now can't wait to see what's coming next.
I know.
It's a major hook.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people out there saying that Magneto's gone and all, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think that was the whole thing of Gambit doing what he did was to save Magneto.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's going to affect the dynamic now between Rogue and Magneto. There's going to be repercussions of that. Because that where she said what Gambit said to her about love is more than just skin. Like she says that to Magneto after walking away from him.
Mm,
That to me said that she chose Gambit.
yeah,
With screw not being able to touch him. It's
yeah.
love.
Love is love.
Oh, and
Oh, the kiss with fucking Jean and Wolvie.
and then she chastises Scott for cheating.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, Gene the hypocrite coming in much. I've just snugged Logan's face off. Scott, what are you doing with my clone? Fucking hypocrite, Gene.
Mm.
Damn.
And seeing Cable as well. It's just so much.
Yeah, it was a packed episode. Although I will say there is a theory online, and this could just be people, denial, saying that from the moment Cable bumped into Madeline, when she had that psychic thing go on, there are some people saying that what happened after that to the end of the episode was just a psychic vision, and it's going to get explained in the next one. I'm like, I don't think so, because the way it ended with Rogue holding
Yeah.
and actually touching him and saying, I can't feel you and all that, I don't think they're going to undo that. I think it would be great. I hope, because it's already been made and everything, it's an animated show, but I hope that they stick that. I said this to Jimmy last night, actually. I hope they stick the landing on this one, and it's not one of those comic book deaths where by 2 episodes later he's back. I hope they don't do that. I hope, like they did with Wolverine in the comic books, where they killed him off and they kept him dead for a long time before they brought him back. I hope they do that with Gambit. As much as I love the character, I think from a story perspective, keeping him dead is the better option to do, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, spoilers done.
Yep, spoilers done.
Spoilers done. There we go. Looking forward
to the next episode.
Going to be watching it Wednesday morning. I've decided to screw it. Wednesday mornings, that's X-Men morning now.
If only. I'm going to have to wait. I'll tell you, it has been a twat avoiding.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you know what? Right, there's this one channel here on YouTube. I'm not going to say the channel. It's not the one you're thinking of. It's a different one.
Right.
But literally, the day it came out, the day the episode aired, that very evening, there was an episode of their thing that they do, not only spoiling the entire episode, but the thumbnail card. So if you're watching on a big screen TV like I do, the thumbnail's like this big.
Yeah.
Right? And it was a picture, the bit where after he started charging the Sentinel, it's all glowing pink, and he's up. It was that picture was the thumbnail. And the title actually read, "Is Gambit really dead? X-Men 97." And I'm like,
come on.
This is the same fucking day it's dropping.
Come on.
Clickbait or what?
Come on, you're better than that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we've just done spoilers, but the day this episode airs, we're actually an episode behind.
Yeah.
Because we record on a Sunday night, we post on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So by the time you guys, people out in the audience are watching this, everything we've just told you, you've probably already watched the episode and are waiting for the next one, or you're an episode in front of us.
Yeah.
So if we give spoilers, we give warning, and we try to keep it minimum. Minimum. There you go, Tony. Love you. He's going to be doing that again now, isn't he?
Yes, he is. So yeah, there you go. I think that is about all I've got geeky wise for this week.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I've got. There is one little thing I will announce. Now that I have sorted out my living situation, there's a new show coming to Calico. And there's a new kitty cat.
Starring Gizmo.
into my lap. There's a new show coming. I have sorted out the intro already. It's going to be Violet's Collectibles review. And very much like when Queen Callie used to do her little review show, it is going to be me taking a look at action figures and things like that. But it is going to be, because it's me, more of a slant towards the horror themed aspects and things like that. So that will be coming soon.
Although,
sure when, just soon.
Although some Transformers reviews wouldn't go on it.
I do have a couple of Transformers reviews lined up. I still have to review Blaster, Brawn, and Blur. Those are the three that I've got left to do reviews on. But they will get reviews at some point. And I think before we wrap the show up, I'm going to spring this on you, Guy, because we did talk about this. We thought that might make a good segment. I'm going to spring this segment on you. We won't do it this week. I'm going to throw this out to the audience. This is what I was saying earlier. I want people in the comments, right? Me and Guy have talked before due to some funny AI pictures that Guy has posted up online. We've talked about this, and we're going to do this thing called Recast in the 80s. Basically, anyone can drop a suggestion in the comments, and we'll debate it and see what we can come up with, and then do it on next week's episode. Yeah. But basically, the premise is we take a film, any film, whether it's action, comedy, horror, whatever, right? And then we recast it as if it was made with actors from the 1980s. So, for example, The Fast and the Furious, but it was made in the 1980s. So you've got the character of Paul Walker, played by, say, Tom Cruise. It's that general kind of premise where we take a film and we can either go very serious with it, like, I think that would have been good if it had been made then, or we can go completely batshit, like, what if the Avengers were played by the cast of the Carry On films? Sid James as Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah, it's Sid Tony.
Barbara Windsor as the Black Widow.
Saucy.
Kenneth Williams as Thor.
No.
Who would old Kenny Williams be then if he was an Avenger?
Loki.
My choice for Loki would have been Frankie Howard. Every time Thor shows up, no.
I thought of one actually. If we could do, the Cannonball Run. So I'd change it to the Cannonball Run. That'd be fun.
Along those same lines, 3 men and a little and large.
So you got Eddie Large as Dom DeLuise and Sid Little as Burt Reynolds.
See? That's what we mean. This is the sort of thing we want to. I want to make it a segment in the show where somebody from the comments makes a suggestion and we do something like this with it. We just rip into it for a little bit.
So there you go, folks.
Everyone, drop your suggestions in the comments. We won't do them all. It will be one per week.
Yeah.
And it will be picked at random. I'll just sort of cover my eyes and go, that one. Wherever my finger lands on my screen, that's the one we're going with.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's it then, Guy.
Okay. I'll take us home.
For us nicely then.
Yes, so you have been watching. Oh, God, put that at the bottom of the screen, like Croft and Perry from the 80s. You have been watching. And put the Heidi Ho music on. So I'm still doing it. So yeah, this has been the Calico production, beautifully brought to you by Miss Violet Impulse and myself.
The random man who likes his
Patty McFatbomb.
What was it I said once? A slightly overweight white Apollo Creed.
That's him. That's me. There you go, folks. So, do you think?
Well, good night, my sweet tortured souls. And remember, don't be good, be twisted. Don't get mad, baby. Get sadistic.
Sadistic.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.